live streaming is on.
Live streaming is on.
And then at
Okay,
the bottom,
so this works with either YouTube or your website?
could you repeat that? Sorry.
Okay, you're talking to someone who's like totally not technology savvy at all.
No. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is this recording or the live stream available on both your website app and the going live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so you're saying you could record the live and then send it to clients later who missed the meeting
exactly.
on YouTube with over 100 people or on your app with the 50 people?
Yeah. And
Okay.
we'll soon have the more than 100 people on the app as well.
Okay. Do you have any timing on that?
I might be able to get back to you in an email because I haven't checked recently. It should be in this or the next month. It was supposed to be by end of September, but it got pushed out a little bit.
Okay, cool. So 8x8 VC is where we recorded?
So 8x8 VC is the free version of what I'm showing you right now.
Okay. But is that what we use if we purchase this package, or will we use something else? Okay.
So, yeah, sorry. let me back up and start from the whole picture.
Yeah.
Once you get 8x8, everybody in the office will get one license each, and that license gives you the ability to use the desktop app. So you basically get a login to the app itself. And this is what the app looks like, what I'm showing on my screen, where everyone gets a direct dial number and an extension. And you have features such as calling, you have messaging, and then you have the meeting tool, audio and video conferencing.
What about an app on their phone?
Yeah, the app on the phone is the exact same. So you will have all the same features on the cell phone as well.
Do they have to pick desktop or phone, or can one license be used on the desktop and the phone app?
Yes, the only thing is one license can be used. So yeah, it can be used on the desktop and the cell phone simultaneously, but only by one person.
That's fine, but so I only need one license and I can have the app on my tablet and my phone, and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Brandy, does this work with the type of phone number that we have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can we talk about if we were to go with, we'll keep going with the demo. I'll ask you when you're done.
Sure. I mean, honestly, if you have any questions, please go ahead. So that way I know which way to direct and we're keeping it relevant.
If you can just show us how to, if
Sure.
you can show us how to use features, that would be great. Can you see that?
So the first thing, I click back on my little picture up here and I see that the direct dial number and extension are there. I can customize those. If you have existing, phone numbers that you want to use moving forward, we can port over numbers for you, or you can get brand new numbers. They can be from any state, any, area code. And then you have presence. So it shows that right now I am on a phone call. I also have the ability to type in messages and they display up here. And then calling is the primary function of the apps or the system as a whole. And I have my call logs like I would on my cell phone. Excuse me. I have missed calls and I have my voicemails. And if I click on a voicemail, I can see that it comes with transcriptions. So it's speech to text. And if you want, we can also send you email notifications of when you receive a voicemail along with the attachment and that message as well.
Okay.
Let me quickly pull up an image of what it would look like when we are in an active phone call. So are you able to see the screen?
Yeah.
All right. So, call comes in or I make a call outside. this screen pops up in which I can click on the 3 dots and I can see options such as add other people to my call. I can message the people that I'm talking to. I can transfer the call to anyone in my contact directory. I can even send it straight to their voicemail. I can record my calls, put them on hold, or park them on extensions. Let's see. So one of the good things about using a soft phone is that you don't actually have to click on or remember any numbers. When I say transfer phone call, it pops up this search window where I can just type in a person's name or number or email address or any info that I have in regards to that person, and it pops up their contact. And I can just click on whether I want to directly transfer it to them, or if I want to first call data, tell him that, hey, I have a call for you. Would you like to take it? And if he says yes, I can then send it over. Or maybe I can just send it straight to voicemail. So I have that option. So right above this calling option is the search window. Here I can type in any name or any position, job title, location, anything that I want or have stored in my contacts to search a person or a message or room, something like that. And then moving from calling, if I just go into contacts, under company is my corporate directory. So everyone in my office is going to be on this company directory. And on the other hand, any additional contacts I want to store would be under my contacts. Do you use Google or Microsoft or 365 for anything? Like Google Calendars or Outlook calendars?
Mark Outlook.
Okay. So we have that ability. If you have contacts in Outlook, we can upload all your contacts to this system as well. Let's see. And one of the good things about having all these features in the same app is that, let's say, Manny, I want to talk to Manny. He looks like he is on a phone call right now. So I can send him a message. Maybe he's available. Then I can quickly give him a call. And I can go ahead and invite him to a meeting as well. And the meeting is what we're doing right now, where I can go ahead, share my video. I can share my screen. I can record, share it live on YouTube. Give me a quick second and I can check if the streaming is up.
Do you think this could be a solution? Maybe I need to check out. Thanks, Jeff. Gave me an idea. I didn't think of before.
So if you guys can, in the meeting screen, on your screen, go to the bottom, there's an information icon. On that, there's a live stream link. And if you could put that link in a separate window, you can see this meeting going on YouTube itself. And basically, that's what you can do with your customers. You can just give them that link, and there's no limit to how many people can be watching at a time. And you just have to share the link. They can use it. They can view it on their phones, computers, anywhere. Okay, so any questions so far?
No?
Okay. So we went over calling and just the contacts, and next comes messaging. What was that? Sorry.
No, it was
Okay.
it was fine. We had double windows open.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. And then in messaging, you have one-on-one messaging, and then basically group messaging, which we call rooms. So there are two parts to this. One is internal messaging, what you can do within the office, and external messaging. So you can message people outside, for example, customers. Messaging customers is just limited to text. So you can only, you can't attach any type of documents to that. But internally, you can attach anything from your computer, Word, PDF, any videos. You have abilities like add mentions, and you can that way notify people when you mention them in a message. You have a search window, so you can type in words to find out, the entire chat history if you're looking for something in there. And another feature we have with chat is the ability to cross-platform chat, which means 8x8 chat can talk to Skype chat or Google Hangout chat. So we have that capability. And then that brings us to meetings. So basically on the left-hand side would be my Outlook calendar. I can see all the meetings that I have for the day. I can just join, any of the conference meetings that I have. For example, I just clicked on join to join today's meeting here. I can add meetings to any of my events. And it just simply, creates a link. For example, on the 8x8.vc page, you can put in any string of letters to initiate a meeting with basically a customized meeting link. So you can say 8x8.vc/Centennial Advisors, and then that would be what your customers would be clicking on to join the meeting or view the webinar.
Oh, I wonder if that took places in.
And then in the meeting, the first icon on the bottom here is the share your screen ability, which I'm using right now to show my screen. I can silently raise my hand to let people know that I want to mention something without disturbing the presentation. And there's chat available, so everyone can chat in this window. And then on the bottom center, you have mute, you have your camera where you can start or stop your video. And then there's the toggle view. So in case different people are presenting, you can view all these screens at once. And one of the good things about this is if I'm recording a meeting or if I'm streaming it on YouTube and I have multiple people showing screens, I can just click on their windows based on what needs to be shown on the screen. And that way, it's a good way to just toggle between people sharing their screens. I'm not sure if that's important, but that's an option. And then the information tab on the bottom basically shows you the link that you need to join this meeting that's going on. There's a dial-in phone number in case people just want the audio portion of things. And then I can see a live stream link. So this is based on when I started the live stream. And then going into settings, so not much to do here, but apart from that, I can also see, the connection, if it's a good connection, how much information I'm sending or receiving. Basically, the best ability of this platform is that if you're not actively participating, it's not going to pull in bandwidth, or you're not going to lose. You're going to have a good connection. I guess that's how I could put it. But essentially, that's what the meeting platform is going to give you. And if you could give me some feedback as to what you think, or if you have any questions.
Taylor, what do you want?
I don't really. I was gonna say you said something about. I don't know if you just misspoke. You said something about recording. So I just want to check here. If this is just streamed like just for here or just on the thing, you can YouTube, you can still record it no matter once it out later.
He said you could record if it's on YouTube or.
Yeah, I for some reason I heard can't record it earlier.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
He said
Yeah.
can.
I can't just earlier. I wanted to make sure.
Okay, I have a list of questions for you, and then Brandy can ask hers too.
Sure.
So we have a current phones. We use a different voice over internet system now. Did you check? Can we use our phones? Okay, so Brandy said she spoke to Steve that we could use our current phones. What if we need an additional physical phone or an additional extension?
Oh, I can answer that. So essentially you or anyone from your team would just contact me directly If it's another desk phone that's needed or another extension that's needed, I'll send out an order. Within about 10 or 15 minutes after the order's been signed, that extension should populate into your configuration manager, which is going to be the admin portal where you guys will have access to your phone system.
How much is an additional physical phone and an additional extension?
So the additional extensions, I priced you guys out at $20 per extension, which is normally $25 per extension, and it all depends on the type of phone that you guys are in need of. So prices vary just depending on the models.
We have like one or two already.
Extras?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the cost of the extension the cost of the license, or is that
That's
different?
correct. That's correct. It's
Okay.
the same thing.
Okay. If we are transferring from our current provider to you guys, how long will our phone lines be down? Like, how does that work?
So essentially,
Because I read on your
website.
website, I read on your website it takes 5 to 10 days to approve the transfer, but then what happens after that?
So the way it'll work out is, on average, it'll take anywhere from 7 to 10 days to port a number over, which is, I'm assuming, going to be your main business number. Now, in the interim, while we're initiating the port request, you guys will continue to use your current phone system like how you have been. Once the porting is fully completed, we'll get an email. We will then bounce that email back to you. And once you guys receive that email that the porting's been completed, the phone system on the 8x8 and would already be set up and operational, and you guys would just pick up the phones at that point and start using it through our system.
So it instantly
Now,
over?
yeah, so we move the numbers over electronically, and just to give you a general idea of the time that we move the number, we do it anywhere from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning, so it doesn't affect any type of business.
Oh, so we'll come in the morning and they'll be switched over.
Correct.
Okay. So are we paying for these licenses for the 7 to 10 business days that we don't have the use of the line yet?
So essentially, you guys will be paying for it because we are setting up a phone system for you. So we're getting everything ready on the back end, getting the implementation and deployment team ready for that call. But if I'm not mistaken, I was able to get an approval for, I think, a couple months of service. So you guys are not going to be charged.
Yeah, that was on the invoice, I think.
Okay. Okay. Additionally, Brandy had mentioned that we would be tied into an annual contract, but I saw on your website that you could do month to month or annual. Is that correct?
No, so it's going to be a yearly contract. So we go from anywhere from 1 to 3 years.
Okay, why does your website say month to month versus 1 year?
The month to month would essentially be that 8x8 Express plan. That's for $12 a month, and that's a self-service tool. So there's no support on my end. There's no support on my 8x8 side. Everything is a self-service tool for you guys, and that's going to be on a month-to-month basis.
What's the penalty if we want to get out before the year contract?
So the penalty, just say you guys are, 6 months in, whatever your normal monthly recurring charges are, that would be the remaining balance of what you guys would owe 8x8 for a breach of contract.
So if we,
But keep in mind, you guys still have.
so we have to pay for the full year, whether we use it or not, is what you're saying.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said. Say that again, please.
So you're saying we have to pay for the full year, whether we use it or not?
Correct. Yeah. It's just like with any organization out there with termination fees, cell phones, cable, like that. I just don't know what the costs are on that aspect of things, but you are correct.
Okay. Also, we're not getting good reception from you. Are you using an 8x8 phone?
I'm plugged into an Ethernet cable, and so is Kunal. So
yeah,
very
do
strong
you
signal
hear
where I'm
me
at.
differently as compared to Steve here?
Yes, we hear you differently, but also it's both very like electronic-y in the background.
Well, I'm actually talking on my 2-year-old Plantronics headset. So let me get off of that. Let me get on the actual desk phone. Do I sound a little bit better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then it's my headset. Sorry.
Okay. All right, Brandy, you don't have anything? Okay. All right, we will talk about it and make a decision based upon the contract that you sent to Brandy, and then I'll get back to you once we've decided. It'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, that sounds good. Any other questions before we get off the phone?
Anything else, Taylor? No, not at all.
All right, Kunal, thank you for your time. You guys, thank you guys for your time as well too. You guys have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.